unfold. Friday night when the show begins, no more course, it's time to win. They got the tips and all the specs. Join the fun and show some respect. Tools and tips, they're dropping facts. Streaming smooth without the cracks. Future's here, it's crystal clear. Join the ride and never fear. Every Friday it's the same old tale. Streaming matters, gonna set sail. From Kodi tricks to Plex's power. Tech talk goes on hour by hour. Protect your neck, stay in the game. The butcher and all to know every name. From hitting gems to streaming gold, they got the secrets to unfold. Every Friday it's the same old tale. Streaming matters, gonna set sail. From Kodi tricks to Plex's power. Tech talk goes on hour by hour.
Welcome. How's everybody doing today?
All right.
Here we go.
Friday, guys.
It's Friday. Oh, and I'm only having water right now.
Right now is
Yeah, I find that if I start
get you some.
if I start smoking too early, I
Oh, you're gonna smoke. You're not drinking.
yeah, I'm gonna think I'll smoke because then I'll feel bad tomorrow if I drink.
He's saving
Why?
the drinking for
Saturday.
tomorrow night.
What's
He's saving
tomorrow?
the drinking for tomorrow night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
we got
okay.
that going on tomorrow, so we gotta
Okay.
gotta make my plans here. There's
Okay,
certain things you
okay.
can do at certain days. Yeah, because I got shit to do tomorrow during the day, so I can't be feeling under the weather tomorrow. I got a lot of work to do around the house, so get that done.
Get that done quick. Do you see how much snow?
Yes. A
Oh,
fucking ton
man.
of snow. Ton.
I don't know why I even asked, because it's not like it disappears overnight.
No. I actually walked around the front of the house last weekend to check the gas meter to make sure that because it had gotten
Covered. Yeah.
So I was out. I was like, oh shit, because I didn't know. I didn't know you're supposed to dig that thing out if it gets covered up.
Right.
I didn't know. So I saw something
here
on
it's just
Facebook.
like on the side of the house, but it's up high enough.
Yeah, mine's kind of low to the ground.
It's never high enough for you guys out there. You know what
So I was like, well, I'll walk over here because I didn't know that you're supposed to do that. But here, lessons learned being a homeowner up north.
Yep.
So I'm like, walk around the front. So I go around the porch and step in the snow, and the snow hits me about mid thigh. I mean, I went, "Phoomp." And then I feel the snow go in my boot. Well, might as well keep walking now. The snow's already there.
It's already there. Yep.
It's
You're already
already
halfway there. Notice
Going
how
on.
hobbling back and then let it, melt in the fucking boot.
So I went around there and then dug it all out. And I didn't know. And look you got Crazy Canuck over there.
I never knew that one.
See, Crazy Canuck probably understands that because they get a lot of snow over there in Newfoundland. They probably know about having to dig out of.
Newfoundland is what? Further
East Coast,
right? Okay.
East
Coast. All right.
Yeah, that's on the East Coast. Thanks to some of my geography class. Huh?
Is he one of those French guys? He's not French.
No,
right?
well, not technically.
No.
No, that's more Quebec.
Okay.
But the East Coast
Quebec
is their own. Their East Coasters are their own kind of thing. So
yeah. Okay.
There's actually trying to think of Prince Edward Island. I don't know. There's like heavy people from certain regions that moved there. I can't remember. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Oh,
Well, I like that. I like that show that Rock Solid Builds is based out of Newfoundland.
Okay.
So Crazy Canuck, Randy Spracklin, Tell 'em I enjoy his show.
Well, and I've always heard people say that to take an East Coast trip, like up and down the East Coast, that it was some of the friendliest, nicest people in the world that you'll ever meet. So one of these days,
no
we're
one's
gonna do
around
it.
them. They got it made.
Yeah, they got
it
enough
made.
over there. So, and then you get fresh lobster. Think about that.
Yeah.
Like fucking
Well,
lobster.
you have that here on this side of the of the East
Yeah,
Coast
I guess
too,
let's go a little bit farther north. Yeah, you would have.
I think that what do the lobsters work their way up to you, right? They don't come down to us, right?
What? There's
No,
lobsters.
the lobster. I know,
Maine.
but where are they coming from? They're coming from
That's
Maine
where they
up to
live.
you? Right?
No, that's where they
that's what
live.
I'm
They
saying.
live
Do
in
they come
different
from
areas.
Maine, or are they?
There's Maine lobsters. That's where they
I know.
live.
They have lobster. Canada has their own lobsters.
Oh, so they obey the line? No, I know they got to come from somewhere. Okay.
Now you're
I
trying
want
to
to
take
know
our
if they're from the
lobsters. you fucking
51st and they
Americans.
go up there or what?
Colder water. Look at there. Look, Dan knows. So folks, thanks for you joining this. We do more than just bullshit about the weather and geography. We will cover all kinds of tech tips, a lot of the news that's happened this week, which is not a ton this week. So we try to touch on any of the topics that are relevant to you cord cutters, how things may affect your wallet, how they may affect your streaming quality. And also we usually try to look down the road so that we know things that are coming. So if you know what's coming down the road a year or two, you can prepare for it. So we do that's kind of talk. So we're going to talk all kinds of cord cutting tips and topics. If you have a question, post it over there on the side chat and we'll do our best to answer it if we're able to. The second half of the show, we're going to cover a movie. The movie this week for Play or Pass is September 5 or September 5th. That will be the movie that we'll cover next in about an hour. We'll cover that movie for Play or Pass. So I'll jump with
everyone voted. Make sure that you vote.
Yeah, because he only counts those votes.
Yeah, those are the votes that count. You can always go back in and vote for past movies too when after you watched it after the fact too. They all count.
He lives by that vote. But we're not going to go there because that's a long. We'll argue for a fucking hour about that. All right.
Yeah.
Martin has a question here. He says, "All right, fellas, ain't watched since Real to Brid went down. Mine's good using Ghost add-on. Keep up the good work from Liverpool." Hey, Martin, thanks for the shout out. We had that little blip with RD and RD changing some of their policies and procedures and the way that they did some things. But for the most part, a lot of add-ons have made adapted to what they needed to adapt to make it work. So we really haven't had too much issue. A few little issues, and I can't really call them really issue. Well, we've learned to live with it not listing cached items and stuff. But yeah, everything's going great. Running fine.
Maybe explain that to him. Well, no, if he was on that show, he would have.
Yeah, he's saying that he's because he's saying he's been using the Ghost add-on, which uses Resolve URL, and it's been so good to know Ghost is running well. I see Sharon's jumped in here. What's up, Sharon and Jazzy? What's up? So let's go ahead and get cranking on some of our topics here, big boys.
Okay.
I gotta say big boys because it's both of you since we got both of you two here. Let's see.
Well,
you admitting you're short?
No, we have to show up or our pay gets docked. Unlike
I said no. I know that. I said is he admitting? I said is he admitting he's short?
Oh, that I'm short or that I'm short on pay?
No, we know that, but I'm talking about height short.
We know. All right. Well, you're a fucking giant. That's the only reason I'm short. You're a damn giant. I mean, the man's like, I don't know, 8 foot tall. I mean, he's humongous. You know what? God can't give me everything. He didn't give me the height, but he
sure
gave
didn't.
me the handsome face and the young skin.
The
You
young
know, so
Oh, no, wait. Black don't crack, baby. All right.
that's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah, but your gray hair giving you away.
Not grays. And they're
Huh?
not gray, they're white.
Yeah, mine are not coming in real thick. Yours are. Look at you.
Yours
Look at
yours
you
are
over
coming
there,
in.
man. Look at you. Look at that. Look at that
Hey,
face.
yeah, I know, but
Look
hey,
at that. Look at that. You look at
hey,
that.
listen,
Look at that. Look at all whitened up.
some brothers got to be Santa every now and then.
You're
Okay.
right. That's it.
Yeah, this is look at that skin. All right. Hey,
Okay.
you get me all sidetracked. Let's go ahead and talk about some of my favorite topic, and we're going to talk about some of the Kodi news. First and foremost, I'll mention Black Lightning. Black Lightning has pushed an update earlier in the week, or maybe the end of last week. He pushed update for art. You may have noticed the art, the icon has changed, as well as the fan art. When you go into the add-on, change the art. I like it a little crisper. You know, I like that more of a minimal look, but looks great. But then he also did some changing around of one clicks. So I don't know if we mentioned it last week, but he did some changes to one clicks. They had to do some moving of them, and you may find 2024, some of those may work or may not work, but then the older than 2024 will not work. They're having to change hosting and doing some changes. So they're only going to bring over older stuff that is worth bringing over, because of you don't want to bring over 150, 200 movies from 2024 when, to be honest, how many of them were actually worth watching. So that's for the one click. So that work was done. I believe that was last week. I get my days mixed up. So that was last week. This week, just today, pushed an update, and Black Lightning will be using. I take that back. It's in beta, so I think he pushed it, but it'll be in beta. He will be. They've added Cocoa scrapers to as the scraper module if you want to use that now. So you can use the scraper module that was there already, or you can use the Cocoa scraper module. So this is Shadow allowed this in the past, where people could use different scraper modules and sometimes would get different results. Cocoa scrapers are at this time very reliable, pretty well kept up. So people can use that. So if you're using Black Lightning and you want to tinker around, go into the settings. You'll be able to go into where you're able to change the scraper module, and it should have a drop down, and you should be able to change that. So that's a new thing. Again, giving people more options. I know that I've seen some tests today where people were saying they were really able to pull. I think C-Man had wrote that he was able to pull Grey's Anatomy from 20 years ago or some shit like that. It was, so yeah, you can be able to pull some older stuff. So if you're using Black Lightning and you want to try to use different scrapers, go ahead and check that out, because that will be working. Another thing we talked about the last few weeks, we've talked about the Umbrella add-on, which was trying to implement the Simple website as an alternative to Tracked. That has been in beta, and you had to be using a different repository. So you had to use that different repository to be using all these beta features, which big part of it was Simple, using Simple as a Tracked alternative. But also it added a bunch of things under the hood that you wouldn't see, as well as that thread. Shit, I can't remember. It was I'd have to look it up. But it basically sped it up. It was a way of optimizing processes that the add-on uses, so that websites that could handle a larger load would get more threads, in websites that were not as resilient and didn't have the bandwidth would limit how much information it was trying to get at one time. One of the benefits of Tract is that you could send a larger chunk of requests and Tract could handle it. They had better servers in a sense. So smaller websites can't handle, 250 requests all at one time. From one client, it becomes, and if you start multiplying how many clients at one time. So he did add that. So that particular update should be pushed tonight or tomorrow. Let me see if I see a message. I want to say, yeah, it said tonight or tomorrow that should be pushed. So we should see, if you're an Umbrella user, you should see an update coming by tomorrow, and you will have all those features that was being offered in the test repository. So good to know. I'm looking forward to seeing that particular update. Trying to think if there was another code. Was there any more Kodi news that I can remember? No, that was the only Kodi news, wasn't it? Yeah, that was the only two. So other than that, things are running well. Can't complain on that front. All right, so we'll jump over here to the DirecTV streaming news. So this is kind of important because it goes back to people that may or may not remember when DirecTV had the issue with Disney, 4 months ago, when DirecTV was kind of being held at gunpoint by Disney because Disney wanted a certain amount of money for their content, and DirecTV says we can't afford that. Part of that negotiation and what they were able to work out is that streaming, that cable and satellite companies can now create a la carte-ish packages. Meaning, in the past, Disney and other broadcasters would say, hey, if you're we'll give you this content, but you can't be breaking it up in little bitty packages or making it a la carte. If they're going to have these Disney channels, you got to pay for them all. You can't, these cable companies and satellite companies couldn't pick and choose which channels they wanted to add to their lineup and who they wanted to leave out. But what DirecTV and cable companies can do now is they're paying for the big package from Disney, but they are able to critique and create smaller packages for niche groups. So this being one of the first announcements that DirecTV is going to have a sports only package. So we're talking, it says 140 NBC affiliates to line up. So, and I was going to look, first 3 months looks like it's going to be $50. 5 days. It doesn't give you price. So you get the first 3 months for $50, not telling you how much the package is after that, though. The package will have over 40 channels here. Over 40 channels, ABC, NBC, Fox, ESPN, other national networks. So again, these companies are trying to find a way of holding on to some of those customers that are leaving these platforms to run to a streaming package.
Yeah.
So trying to say, hey, we can, for $50, well, this is only 3 months. So let's say they hold it at $69. So $49 entry, let's say that it's $69. So for somebody that's a sports watcher, but not a lot of other stuff, may be willing to pay $60 or $70 a month to get just sports.
Right. And with that, they'll say, oh, well, that you're not going to get any CNN or anything like that. You're not going to get any news, and then they're going to screw you that way.
Yeah. All right. So, hey, I was right. Look at that. What a guess. So $49 for the first 3 months and then $20 more So $69 is what it's going to be for that package, for a streaming sports package. And I think there's going to be a lot of companies going with this. Now, these are all the NBC stations that was part of that package. But the biggest thing is you're talking about the ESPNs, TNT, the NFL network, so a lot of all that sports stuff. This is ahead of Fubo being able to release theirs. They still haven't released what they're going to do with this. We talked about this a few weeks ago. Disney buying in 70% of Fubo and shelving the Venue Sports app that they were looking to release. That has been, the Venue is basically, or was it Venue or Venue? Venue.
Venue.
So that's gone and shelved. But what they're going to do, and it hasn't come out yet, but they're going to, Fubo they will have a sports only package like this, but with the support of Disney. So with the support of ABC and Disney and a lot of the other broadcasters that were on board with Venue, we're going to be looking at a massive sports streaming app. I mark my words, in another year, everybody's going to be talking about that. All your sports people are going to be like, hey, this is the package, gives me all the sports that I'm looking for. But they haven't released that yet for Fubo, but it's on the horizon. It's going to come. So DirecTV kind of jumping in that same pool, saying, hey, let's try to offer a smaller package that's for our sports fans at a lower price so that people don't cut satellite and go to this. But we're going to see other cable companies. So, I mean, what do you guys think about with these packages and, what we're seeing? I think it's, early stages of this.
Stages of them screwing everyone.
But it's only NBC.
Right.
Well, no, it said in here the package will include ABC, Fox, TNT, NFL. But they have 140 NBC stations, so it won't have like all the ABCs. Probably have. It'll probably have like New York, LA. Your major markets.
Well, I'm curious to see the pricing on it. I don't know. I put it this way: everything's going to stream. I mean, all sports and everything here, and not too distant future, is you won't be able to watch anything on over-the-air television anymore, as far as sports. Yeah. You might catch something, maybe like the Kentucky Derby, but as far as like football or baseball, even hockey in the future, they're all going to be done via streaming apps.
Well, behind a paywall, because let's just look at what the UK does with what's it, the Premier League and Championship League or whatever, all those you got to pay for a package to be able to watch those games, right?
Yeah, because the NFL is so short on the money they're making broadcasting on, ABC, NBC, and CBS and Fox. They're just hurting for money so bad.
Yeah, Amazon. Don't forget Amazon. They got their hands in there.
Yeah, so that's the beginning and the end. Because basically, what I really see, I think it is. I was reading the other day, the NFL television contract comes up in another year or two. It's up. Then let the bidding war go off, because right now Netflix is hot and heavy to try to get into the NFL.
Yeah.
They're off. They're setting themselves up.
Yeah.
To get in that ball game.
Yeah. Agreed.
So I mean, while we're talking, not really related to that, it's just like watching today. Basically, Amazon has now finished up buying the rights to James Bond.
Yeah.
Okay. So Amazon is now in charge of the James Bond. The family, for years, the rights were held by an American family for years, since the very first Bond movie. So they bought a chunk of it for $8 billion a couple years back. then the family finally sold the last stake for another couple billion to Amazon. So now, they're afraid they're going to dilute the franchise. But once again, the Amazon Netflix, they got a war chest full of money, and they want to put it all behind the paywall.
Yeah, that's everything's going to be behind the paywall. So I don't know. We're in a, there's a lot of craziness, a lot of flux going on right now. Hey, Michael has a question over here. Do I need 3D glasses to watch 3D movies on the Shield? I'm guessing. Yes, because that has to do with just your TV now.
The 3D
Do they even
TV,
sell
but-
3D TV glasses
Yeah,
anymore?
Yes,
3D
they do.
glasses?
You can.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can buy
because
them.
there's basically two types. There's active and passive.
Yes.
Are two types of 3D glasses. So it depends on your television brand. If it's an OLED or LED, LED and everything, that'll depends. Will tell you what type of glasses you need. So my suggestion, if you want to play around with it, get on Amazon or AliExpress and find the cheapest active and passive 3D glasses you can find and see if it works.
Yeah.
Which one
Well,
works.
and you got to have a TV that'll do it.
I have a
Well, not
TV.
necessarily so.
Really? I mean, I thought your TV has to be a 3D TV. Your
I
Shield
mean,
just can't push
if you look
3D
on
content.
if you look on Google, they say yes, it can be done with certain ways, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, that to me, that was it came and went, and
Yeah.
nobody wants to sit around.
Put it
with
this way,
goggles
I
on.
want to see something on 3D. I put on my freaking headset.
Yeah.
I
Most of
that
us
I
use
got-
goggles.
are don't look like normal 3D glasses. They look like regular glasses, and I have a 3D TV, and it just looks out of this world.
Mm.
Yeah.
See, I need to come visit you so I can go watch on
Yeah.
that. See what
Uh-huh.
I want to. I've never had a 3D TV, so at that time I just didn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
Didn't want to invest.
Didn't think it was going to go anywhere, right?
And
Well, I someone gave me the TV anyhow, so which was good.
yeah. Look, Martin says Nosferatu was crap, but Wolfman was excellent. I'm looking to watch Wolfman. I had it on the wheel. I took it off for another movie, but Nosferatu, yes, sucked. Oh, terrible. Let's see. Sohail says TV or projector must have 3D. Yeah, I would think so. Okay, so let's run over to the next. I just read this, and so Amazon is shutting down the App Store for Android devices. Now, they are shutting it down for Android devices, not your Fire devices. So, as soon as people are gonna be like, "Oh my God, my Amazon store is going," so on your Fire TV, it's still going to use the apps. The Amazon App Store is still going to work, but you were and still can install the Amazon App Store on an Android. So be it a phone or an Android TV or an Android box, you could put the Amazon App Store on there and download content onto your device. As of August 20 of this year, so just a few months off, you will not be able to do that anymore. They will be shutting down the Amazon App Store for Android devices. So this is not all devices, just anything that's an Android device will not allow it. And some say this is because they're moving to the new OS. We'll see. This will not. It doesn't sound. Should not affect people that have Downloader. Now it may be a little bit harder for you to install Downloader on non-Amazon devices. That may be a little bit harder. That I could see that being a trick. But talk is that the reason they're doing this is it may be because they're on the ways of moving towards the Vega?
Vega.
Yeah, Vegas.
Yeah, Vega OS. So some say this because they're moving to the Vega OS and they basically are not going to be
Lock everyone
supporting. Yeah, they're not going to be supporting Android on a basis. So this is supposedly kind of maybe a step towards that. It's still people very unlikely. Well, we've talked about this numerous times on here. Very unlikely that the Vega OS is going to be an update that your Fire TV or your Fire Stick or your Fire Cube is going to get. Very unlikely. Most likely it's going to be like some of their newer devices will be on that particular OS. I don't know 100%, but I think we have that Show 15. And it's very difficult to sideload stuff, and it may have the Vega. I can't remember, but I know like we can't put Kodi on it. Can't do, you gotta go through their store to install just about anything.
Oh, trust me, if you're Amazon, well, we need to sell some new Fire Sticks, so let's put out an update, knowing it's going to brick every existing Fire Stick and Cube. So they don't have to go buy the new one with the Vega. Oops, sorry guys.
Yep.
Sorry you bricked your old stuff. We'll give you a $20 discount.
Yeah.
On a new device. Oops, our bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't put anything past Amazon.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see where this plays out. I can see them moving away because it's like, what's the reason to have the Amazon App Store for non-Amazon devices? I can see them being like, what's the point? And they probably look at, are we selling product? Because they know how much product they're selling via the App Store to non-Amazon devices. So they probably just looked at it and they're like, you know what? We're only making, this much, and we're having to keep the store and the app and all that kind of crap going. It's not worth it. It doesn't make sense. So that, that's going to be coming August 20th. Again, I don't know how many people this will really affect. Really doesn't affect me. And I guess downloader, you can download that from AFTV News. So maybe it won't affect them too much, but downloader would be the only thing that I would say that, that some people get from the Amazon store.
Unless the only apps are, just the Amazon stuff. Because when you go to DirecTV, isn't it just like Google and because I don't think it says Android up there, the Amazon on there. I'll have to check. When you go to downloader.
Oh, no, it doesn't. But I was just trying to think of, you can get downloader from the Amazon store. So I'm thinking, I'm trying to think because
them, they'll block it because they know what. What
maybe
people are using to get the stuff.
Maybe
it would be the first time Amazon blocked downloader.
Yeah, that's true. That's happened.
That's true.
Accidentally, numerous times. So we'll see other. Another little tidbit here, and again, this was posted. I think Torrent Freak posted this. A legal notice is out for people selling dodgy boxes. Now, this comes from the UK. So you UK folks have heard plenty of the dodgy box. They shut down a bunch and they made sure to do a little news article about 13 operators were served that were selling illegal TV streaming services on these known dodgy boxes. This looked like it was up mostly in Ireland. But you know what? It makes me wonder when we see these kind of busts, how many of these people are selling this stuff on Facebook or Twitter or
YouTube?
They're, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're so
hey, you know a couple of people, you were on the show with a couple of people who used to advertise their services on YouTube.
Yeah.
One went to court and lost $250,000, and one's busy doing time in a federal prison right now. So moral of the story, don't advertise your shit on YouTube.
Yeah.
Put it this way, if anybody can get on and find it easily, that's the easiest way to get busted.
Yeah. So it looks like they cracked down on it. And again, they always like to, I love it with this. Consumers are at real risk of malware, data loss, and identity theft. Can that happen? Yes, it could. Yes, things can be installed on devices that have a backdoor you don't know about. It definitely could happen. But is it worth the hassle for somebody to be doing that? And what are they going to get? You're not doing your banking on an Android device. You're not doing you're not trading stock on that. You're not logging into your Social Security on that. So, I don't know the amount of stuff that could be taken. I don't know, but yeah, when I saw this thing, I was like, to me, it's just another, hey, watch out. We're still busting these people. And then it makes me think these people are also stupid. I mean, too often, I every time I go on Facebook and you're scrolling, and then it's like, oh, save money on this, and it's like, is that how you're smart enough? You think that's what you're gonna do? Or I'm on Reddit. Oh, you want this? You get in touch with me, and I'm like, I don't know, not
too smart.
Yeah, not too smart, but yeah, I mean, I guess you can get some customers, but but not my problem. You do you, boo.
To you.
The best thing is know somebody who sells it and don't sell it yourself.
Well, yeah,
That's
some
my
people,
advice.
a lot of people just say, hey, go talk to that person over there.
Mhm.
Hey, go do that and to get because it's like, hey, because to be honest, that's not a safe business to be in. So if you can keep yourself safe, do the best you can, because if you get caught up in that, it's I don't know, just people taking a lot of chances. So just be careful if you're out there and you're selling dodgy boxes. Be careful of where you're advertising, because they're not letting up. And this is just in Ireland, UK, and that are all hard on it, but a lot of other countries are hard on it too. Andrew posted this about Sonos is planning on releasing a high-end TV streaming box. This will be an Android device. It will be on the Android platform, and they're talking like it'll be between $200 and $400. Again, there's no real lockdown about pricing or release date. You'll be able to add your Netflix accounts, your Max, Disney Plus. You'll be able to put all that stuff in on the device. It will also serve as an HDMI switch.
Splitter. Yep.
So if you're a person that has a lot of streaming devices, like you got an Xbox, PlayStations, this and that, sometimes people run short of HDMI ports. So you're able to, with this, supposedly use the HDMI ports and be able to go through the one port and switch between which device you're wanting to roll through it. So it's supposed to be wireless, and we'll see. But this is it's going to be called Pinewood. And again, this is information was just released this week about this possible new device. And I know how many of our friends and people in Streaming Matters room are going to be doing Google search trying to find this box, because they want to be the first one to have a new box.
There's somebody, but reading the article in there, one of the reasons they developed this box is because they had a latency issue with their sound bar. And they could not figure out how to get rid of the latency. So apparently developed this box. By using this box, gets rid of the latency issue with the Sonos sound bar. So that's one of the reasons it's coming about.
Well, and anybody that has had a Sonos or has looked into buying Sonos, they are not cheap devices. I mean,
No.
those bars, the bar is expensive, and then every one of those little speakers that they have are expensive.
Did you see that other thing that Andrew posted on this? Or
I did see it, and I meant to
Okay.
grab it.
I'll put it in the side here.
I got her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Copy.
Man, I'll be interested. I mean, hey, I don't have enough boxes laying around, you know, to play with. So
What do they want for that box now? Anyhow,
well, it says $200 to $400, but
400.
I didn't see it. I didn't see a date that they're talking about putting it out yet, and we don't have any real specs.
Right.
It was a lot of this is what we're planning on doing. This is what's going to be in. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what comes about. Especially if you've bought yourself, if you got a Sonos system, and if you had latency, that would piss me off. Because I mean, as much money as you spent on that, and then
Yep.
you're having issues, that could be damn aggravating. So yeah, a little bit of that. Now this is right in your lane here, Auburn.
Yeah.
WD Western Digital is working towards a new format, a new technology on writing to hard drives, and we could see hard drives 100+ terabytes on these drives.
No, I need it.
Yeah. And
I'll fill them.
Well, yeah. This is not a technology that's going to be running around soon. They believe this is like 2020, 2030 is when we may see this. But there's two technologies they're kind of working on: heat assisted magnetic recording, and the other one was heat dot magnetic recording. Both of those technologies can write in a smaller area, so giving the ability to put more information because you're able to save in a smaller location. This again, not anywhere. It's not anywhere ready, but Western Digital's looking down the road. Where are we going to go with this technology? What's going to happen? Where's our, not the next step, but 2 steps down? So
one of the other steps that they're looking to do is saving it to a disc. Like a DVD type disc that they're talking about. Increasing that storage so when we could get rid of some of these tape drives. Because I'd love to be able to get something just to even back up my stuff on a drive again. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. You mean a disc?
A disc, yeah, would be great to have a disc that I can store. 100 terabyte. That would be great. I know that we're talking like 10 tera. Even still, that's great. To put that on a disc. I'll buy a bunch of discs for that, just to back stuff up.
Yeah, then we got to go back and buy another burner because
Yeah,
like my new computer,
there's
there's not even a slot to put a damn
I know. Well,
a DVD drive anymore in the cases.
Yeah, go external. But
yeah, you'd have to. It's still the way.
The pain of having a large library, keep it small.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you, Beach. Yeah.
No.
My library is small, concise, and it's the things I care about, or that I might care about. Not
Listen,
I want to have for
you guys won't even watch a trailer.
I do. Okay? I actually turned that on. I actually turned it on my Plex.
And did you?
I won't.
I know that you.
And
won't.
Blue is actually it actually made her add some things to our library to our watch list.
Yeah.
It's like every time I scroll through Streaming Matters Telegram and I see somebody complaining, I can't get the trailers to work. Why can't I get this? My head just wants to explode and just say, wow, oh my God.
Well, no,
Why?
I do. I do. I don't do it all the time, but if it's a show I don't ever know, I've heard nothing about, I will watch the trailer in Kodi. I'll click on it and I'll like, let me look at the trailer. Is it something that's even close to what I want to watch? I don't want to invest 30 minutes on a movie that is just horrid. So usually I can weed out a lot of the crap just by the trailer. You know, I can be like, yeah, I can tell just by the filming, this ain't gonna work. So to me, I do like trailers in there. And yeah, we've had issues with trailers up, but like with Plex, you can turn on the trailers like you're at the movie theaters. So right now we only have one trailer, but there for a while I had it as 2 trailers would play before any movie. So, and I really liked that feature because it was kind of neat. You would, you know, you go to sit down and let's say I'm going to watch Friday the 13th. So I'm sitting down, getting ready to watch Friday the 13th. And it would play a trailer from something that's already on my Plex library that fits that genre. Now it's not going to do a trailer for something I don't have. So I did like that feature also, but it would say, you know, here's a movie that, you know, maybe I forgot. Now, definitely for you, Aubyn, since you have so many,
but
there's a
what
lot
I
of stuff you
like
don't know
about
about
it,
that you have on there.
right? But there's what I really like is when you do connect to someone. If you're gonna watch it on mine, it will still use the stuff that's on my server.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, not just what you have. So I think
Well, yeah.
that comes in really handy. That you can say,
Yes.
oh yeah, that I remember that movie, you know, and you just watch list it. And it has that button right there to watch list it, which is great.
Yeah, it is a neat feature. I do like the trailer, and it is kind of a pain, but it gives you that feeling that you're at the movies. You sit down,
Yeah.
and you're like, okay, get ready to watch a movie, and you're like, oh, here's a trailer. Oh,
Yeah.
that's that, you know, and you
Does-
can hit forward if you just want to
Uh-huh.
skip. If you like,
Yeah, you can skip over it. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I found it to be kind of a fun. I don't know. It gives you that
Well,
definitely that theater feeling.
talk about theater feeling. Didn't Blue ever turn on that feature to dim the lights? You know, in Plex?
Yes, we
You
had
still have
that.
that, or
No, that was
no?
at the other house. We did
Oh,
have
okay.
that where, yes, it was done through. I think it was done through the
The-
Amazon, but it would
Yeah.
when you would do that, you would go to watch a movie, and it would automatically all the lights went down to your
Mhm.
whatever your preference was.
Right.
And it was at the other house. Now this house we haven't really set that up.
Okay.
Ours is all on voice, so
Huh.
it for me to just say,
Yeah.
movie time and all the lights go down. But yeah, you can. That Plex has, it does have a lot of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of features in that are not found in many other places. You know, it's got a little bit of everything. So yeah, I know, Aubyn, you just keep chomping at the bit. 2030.
You know,
This was huh?
I don't know if we'll live that long. You know, that seems so far off.
Yeah,
But
well,
we'll still be here.
maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. Ethan Hawke reacts that his daughter claims that producers are using Instagram followers as a filter if people are getting in movies.
Yeah.
What are you guys thinking about that?
I'm like, this is like so crazy that, you know, everything is, you know, no matter what you're doing, if you're trying to get a job, you know, going out on a date, all they want to do is see how many followers you got, and, you know, think that this is your life. You know, I got none of that. You know, I don't want people to look me up to say, oh, well, you know, he's got 8 million followers, so, you know, he's got to be a good guy. No, you don't. You know, it could be a serial killer. You know, I just I don't like that. You got it?
Sorry, I was
Yeah.
getting informed on who Ethan Hawke's daughter is.
Oh, okay. Well, who is she? Because
She's
I don't
from
know. how
Stranger
she-
Things. She was the
Oh, she's from
blonde in
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
Her mom is
Uh-huh.
Uma Thurman.
Her
Uma
mom is
Thurman,
Uma Thurman.
okay. But
Yeah, our, my
is
see,
Ethan Hawke
I need
with
her
her?
here. He's giving me all this information because
Yeah,
Is
since we were short staffed today, Blue should have got on with us.
we're,
Yeah.
we're
That's
short
all right.
staffed today. We're doing budget cuts.
It
You're
is
slashing. You're slashing.
Dude,
You're slashing the panel.
Doge has hit streaming matters.
yeah.
That's what it is. Doge has hit
That's
streaming
right.
matters.
I already got rid of half. We look at how much
Right,
money
down
we're
to
saving.
3
We
of
got
us.
rid of
Yeah.
half the panel.
Yeah.
Right, and the only
We've got
reason
more work
Auburn and
to
I are
do.
here because they know we work for free.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah.
what's we're here.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Alvin. I'm sorry.
Is Ethan Hawke married to Uma?
No, you know Hollywood people. They just get.
I know
pregnant.
that. Yeah, I know
Squeeze
they
out
just
babies.
get pregnant sometimes, but you never hear. Oh well, Ethan Hawke, hasn't paid Uma money for the kid. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
But you're talking, 10. You got to have 10 million followers or something.
That's ridiculous.
It's just
You can buy that. You know what I mean? You
yeah.
can go out and say, "Oh well, yeah, I need 10 million followers. Let me pay for it, and now I can, get a part in a movie that some other person who's a better actor, an actor at just alone that they're an actual actor, not a rapper that they say, oh well, I want to be in this movie."
Well, think about this. It used to be, are you pretty enough? Do you look good
Right.
enough? Then can you act? There used to be all these other things that you had to worry about. Oh, do I weigh too much? All those things, and now we add that stuff
Don't
matters. But
Mhm.
what matters more is that we want to have the followers that are going to come and watch this,
Come and watch the movie.
no matter what. And see, that's what it's about. It's about they want to lock in, just like when we've talked about, when Disney regurgitates a movie that they've done. All right, Mufasa, perfect example. Mufasa just released digitally this past week. How many Lion King movies have we seen? I mean,
I didn't watch.
Like
I
4?
haven't watched them. Yeah, there's like
Was
4
it-
out there.
It's got to be
Really?
at least 4.
Mm-hmm.
Right, from the live actions and the redos. So instead of trying to create new shit, and we'll just push out Lion King again, and guess how many people will come to see it for that reason alone. So it can be crap, and people are still going to go see it because they know it's Lion King. Now, as time goes and they keep releasing more crap that's under Lion King's title, of course, less people go. But it's like, hey, we got to lock that. At least this many people come. And I think this is the same thing that they're doing here. Is they're like, all right, hey, if you got 10 million followers, how many of those people are definitely going to go see the movie because of you?
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it's like a business decision that they're making is, hey, we'll have that many people, no matter if the movie fucking sucks, which
Mhm.
probably does.
Yeah.
It can suck, and we're gonna have at least this many people will go to watch it because they are your followers. They're your
Right.
loyal followers that will follow no matter what.
Mhm.
Prime example, the Fast and Furious franchise.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Good. That's a good point because
Mhm.
let's be honest, those movies suck. I mean,
Mhm.
they're completely over the top. Now, I guess
Mhm.
if you just want stupid, crazy stuff, and you're looking for them just to push the limit to take a car to space or what.
Mhm.
But
Come on, you can't beat that. Come on, taking a car to space. Oh, come on.
yeah, well,
They would have never thought of something like that.
I mean, all you had to
30
do was
years ago.
put tape. All you had to do is put some duct tape around the edges of the door, and
Duct
it's
tape
sealed up.
solves everything.
It's sealed. It's sealed up. But you're right. I mean, we look at the movie like the Fast and Furious, which most of those movies really sucked. But you look at the box office numbers, and I'm like, who the hell goes to see this? The acting is stupid. The repetitive of family,
Mhm.
and the ridiculousness of the action. I mean, to me, when the cars do stuff that's not just a little
Impossible.
bit,
Yeah.
stretching. I mean, Dukes of Hazzard. No car jumped like Dukes of Hazzard.
Right.
No,
Mhm.
but
Absolutely.
right,
But
you know what I mean?
But I look at the Fast and Furious as of something. It's like I put Fast and the Furious up against Sharknado. You understand?
Oh, wow. Yeah, Sharknado is a
and so,
joke. That
right,
was just a
but
joke.
I
But I guess
I
Fast and
think
Furious
it's
is
so
becoming that
funny
too.
that I have to watch it. I have to watch it because it's so ridiculous. I know that this ain't true. I know it's it, it, it's impossible, and that's why I watch it because I
Yes.
have such a good laugh at watching it. It's like us watching Rough and Rowdy. You know what I mean? We know it's not.
Yes.
It's that these people can't fight, but we have to watch it because it's so bad.
Yeah, that's true. There's, I
Well,
mean, I watch
the
stuff
Ring
sometimes.
Girls.
Oh yeah, the Ring Girls. Right?
I do watch some stuff for a laugh. I mean, I watch Below Deck for a laugh. I'm gonna watch Expedition
90
Bigfoot.
Day Fiance.
You know, I'm gonna watch that stuff because it's so ridiculous. And for Blue and me, when we watch, we're watching Expedition Bigfoot and we're chomping it apart. Like, what are you doing? How's that? What's this? What's this? And again, it's fun and it's funny.
Yeah.
You know, as much as I'm like, this is the episode we're gonna see a Bigfoot. I tell Blue every time, this is the episode we're gonna see a Bigfoot. This one right here. This is the one. They got look at the technology. But then then they're like, oh well, I'm like, how do you not even find a bear? I mean, these mugs are out in the woods. I ain't seen a bear. I ain't seen a squirrel. I ain't seen a rabbit or a deer. And they got cameras everywhere. And I'm like, at least once in a while show, oh, we saw something. Oh, it was a deer. No, don't even see them. I'm like, I feel bad for, I mean, there must be no animals in the woods anymore because these people are out in the woods, never find them.
Yeah, all the animals are in their little caves playing Nintendo or whatever.
I guess. All right. Hey, before we get to the side of the week, what do we have anybody have any questions? I saw. Did you star anything?
I had starred one, but it wasn't a question, I don't think.
Okay.
Well,
I see Jason says his home theater AVR already lets him switch between HDMI sources up to 6. Nice. I really want to get I want to get a good sound system downstairs. I have a Bose 3 speakers and it's okay, but I want a good surround sound. But I don't want to go down that rabbit hole of buying all kinds, but I want it, for my theater downstairs. I want to do it. I want that feel of shit all around me, but
nothing like sitting in the theater with your coat and jacket on, right? And a heated blanket.
You try to say it's that cold downstairs.
You are in Canada.
It is. Hey Charles, what's up?
Hey Charles.
I see umbrellas hanging over in a side chat. It's over the side chat. Look at you busting that man all the time.
Always. I will. I love him to death, and I have to break his chop.
I can't. I don't want to get in trouble for the thing I just go around in my head. I'll tell you about. Remind me later about that.
Okay.
So hey, let's go ahead and go with your side of the week. How about that?
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Yeah, because that's quite our topic.
Yeah.
So tell us about our side of the week here, big boy.
All right. I saw this. Hold on, I just gotta click on it here. This here, because we've been hearing Elon Musk's name so much going on, and I saw this about how much money he's got, and it's like ridiculous. I know there was another site that did maybe 2-3 years back about Elon, but this now is just ridiculous how much money this man has. So this here will let you see really how much money that is.
There we go.
So can you scroll over it? Yeah. Okay. So you see that first little dot there? Can you read it, Todd?
It's $1,000.
Okay, 1,000.
That represents $1,000 right there. That dot.
Okay.
Not the circle, the dot.
The dot. Okay. And then the next dot was
for the square.
Yeah, the next square was what?
The median annual household median. So $69,000, which is
$69,000
average U.S. citizen.
U.S. citizen house. And as you scroll across, it will show.
Here's $1 million.
Okay,
This
$1 million. That square is $1 million bucks. And when you go over like two more, like okay, that first brown one is what?
$11 million net worth. So
Okay.
1% of the households in
Mhm.
1%. These are the 1%ers.
Yeah.
Represents people that are worth at least $11 million.
Okay, 11 million.
11
Now
million.
when we change colors here now,
Okay,
that
this
one there.
$43 million.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're worth $43 million, you're less than 0.1%. So a tenth of a percent.
What he is worth. And now when we start, and then now we start getting into the green section.
Yep. Now we get into the green, which represents $100 million. So someone that's worth $100 million this is what they're $100 million.
Okay, and that's something that we'd never see.
No.
Okay, we're like way out of range.
Okay,
here.
So all right, so let's I'm trying to get this to
right there. That's
make it
no down. You would go down so you can hit that scroll bar.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay. So what do we got? We got $140 million. So if we start at the blue here, right? This edge of the blue.
Yeah.
And move this direction, right here is $140 million. Which $140 million will buy you a super tanker worth of oil at $70 a barrel.
At $70 a barrel.
$140 million at this part right here. So, you want to buy an airplane, a 777? 777 is a big fucking plane.
Big freaking plane, yeah.
$347 million right there. And we talk about sports athletes. There we go. LeBron James and Rialdo.
Yeah.
Net worth $500 million.
Man.
Tiger Wood, $800 million.
Yep.
Here's $1 billion. $1 billion.
1 billion.
So we went from here to here is $1 billion.
$1 billion. That's
cost of that tall building in Dubai.
Okay. That's the cost of that building.
Yeah. From the left to here, so it's $1.5 billion to build that. The annual ad revenue of CNN, Fox News, and MSNBC.
Oh man, all of them combined. So
up. Okay,
so this man could go and buy them.
1% of Musk's wealth. So let's just
look. This is only an hour-long show. By the time we get to 200 billion.
Look at, wait, all right, hold on. I'm just gonna
scroll over.
We're at 3% of right here is 3% of his value of his wealth. So let me go down here. This is where the marker is.
Yeah. And scroll and see what we're up to now.
200 billion.
200 billion.
See, what are some of these?
Okay,
how much all the construction workers in the U.S. for their lifetime. All construction workers. So it finishes at 397 billion. That's how much he's worth. And that is a crazy number. I mean,
yeah.
So yeah, that's this was an interesting website. I was looking at this because at first I'm like, what? And then I'm like, holy shit, look at this slide bar.
We are not the dirt on his shoe.
No.
Okay.
No. So yeah. So
well, I gave you that one. I didn't look for a second one because I felt so bad about my life. That's the thing of what I could buy. You know what I mean?
What's crazy is I get excited about $1,000. I'd be look at that. I'm stoked right here. Simple man.
I remember I was scrolling through, and then it's like I saw like Oprah's worth. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that was early on.
It was like only like 500 million. You know what I mean? It was just like
All right. Hey, let's run
Yeah.
over here to our hey, you want to mention what's on before we jump over there?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
other-
yeah. I'm
Yep. Go do it.
pulling that up. So for our wheel for next week, February 28th, we have on the wheel, we have Andrew, who's joined us already. Thanks, Andrew. Good seeing you.
Hey, bud.
Andrew has
Hello.
in green flow. It's in big letters because he really needs his movie.
He needs
to
a win.
That's for some reason. I have no idea why the wheel does it like that. I just
Because of the
does.
spacing, the space.
It's because of the title. It's only one
Yeah,
word.
the title.
So,
Right, it's only one word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it looks like the odds would be in my favor looking at it, but it just never
Right.
is.
So you got Flow. I'm in purple with The Fire Inside. Dabs is in red with Companion.
Yeah. Brand new
Eddie,
movie.
Yeah. Eddie is in gray with The Great Escaper. Roger is in orange for Beetlejuice.
Boy, he's not letting that one go.
No, he's not. I wish he would. The Beach is in blue with The Gorge.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
All right.
Let's see what we got to watch next week.
Yeah.
Again, this is so that nobody says that we're being unfair. We're coming to the Gorge. We're going to the Gorge.
Wow. Just as he said that, right?
Yeah, we're going there.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
We're on Gorge. Okay. So we have the Gorge. We have another film for The Beach. We just had his last night.
Yeah. Everybody gets a couple in a row. It's like okay, The Gorge. That's what we're watching for next week.
Jesus.
So everyone
No,
make sure to
I
watch
haven't
it
had
before
one in ages.
Yeah.
Well, when you get it, Andrew, it's gonna be a couple of them.
There's going to be Flow because I'm not taking it off.
It's gonna be Flow.
Is that a
Yeah,
UK
because
film?
No, it's that animated one about the cat, and
Cat.
there's no talking in it whatsoever.
No
good.
talking.
It's gonna be great.
Oh no talking. How do
All
you have no talking?
Because it's all animals.
But they have to say something.
Meow.
Meow meow.
Meow.
Meow, 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 meow. Oh, meow, shit, meow.
Well, at least we don't have to worry about subtitles, so that would be
Right.
Yeah.
Pull,
Okay.
let's pull that up for me, though, Tom.
Oh, you should definitely
Jesus.
do subtitles for it.
Oh my God. Why do you want to? All right. So this is Flow.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh,
Flow.
okay. I have it, but they don't say anything. Oh my gosh! What are you doing this, man? Oh.
Well, that's why his pick hasn't hit. So, leave him alone. He's got his. He's not got a pick.
What
Hey, we gotta
was it
play-
rated there? What was it rated there?
7.9. Look at there.
Okay. all
Look,
right.
it's got some
Yeah.
Oscar buzz. What the fuck?
Ratings mean nothing.
Yeah, they don't.
Hey. What's up, Umbrella?
Yo.
What's up? Do I sound like shit this week again?
No,
No.
you
you
sound
sound
good.
good.
How are you guys all
I'm
doing?
good.
All right. All right.
Sorry.
You are great.
Glad you made it.
Um,
Oh,
So, hey, I did mention before we run over to the player pass real quick, I did mention that you're looking to push the update in the next day or two, kind of work through your beta. Am I correct on those statements?
Yeah, dead on. Looking like probably sometime late this evening or probably tomorrow. Go ahead and push out the update to everybody. Thanks to all the testers. Do appreciate it. That's pretty much it. Everything's gone pretty well. Everybody needs to be aware of the differences with SimKL, SimCool. That when your behaviors on the watch list and stuff are a little different. Watch list is not really what it is. It's more of a one list that you have, and you can move the statuses around. As long as you keep that in mind, you'll be fine. But that's the biggest thing is I've had a lot of, hey, this is not showing up here. Hey, this is not showing up here, and it's a lot of automated stuff. So if I watch something, it's going to move it from plan to watch to watching.
Yeah, because the names are different. Plan to watch.
Right. So if
So it's three
watch-
folders.
yeah. So if I'm doing something like I'm watching something and I decide to put it on hold, well now that's going to move it out of my watching.
Mhm.
So you still have the same list. You're just changing the status, and so that's the biggest thing to remember.
Yeah, it's there is some growing pains other than Aubyn hating it that it doesn't show actors SIM
Yeah,
cards. He
I
doesn't
think
when he
that
goes to the website, he can't pull up actors in the movies they've
yeah,
been in.
yeah,
He's like,
they have to do something about that
Let
yeah,
them
because
know. Let them know. Get on their
yeah,
Discord, their server,
yeah,
and hit them up. I mean, these
yeah,
guys are some younger guys that I think are really wanting to grow the service and do better.
uh-huh.
So if
Yeah,
you've got
because
suggestions,
if it had that, I would definitely buy it. That's the thing that stopped me from buying it. You
that's the
know,
kind of the kicker in the balls for everybody. Honestly, is I kind of laugh to myself as I say this, but
uh-huh.
everybody wanted to jump off a track because they started charging, and it's the
Right.
Simco came up. But Simco, if you really look into it, I think it's like $70 a year for their VIP. So you really ended up
I
paying
want that.
more.
No, I want to get their the lifetime.
yeah.
I just want to buy that and that's it, and I'll use the hell out of the program. But not being able to see an actor because when I'm trying to look up a movie, most of the time I can't remember the name of the movie, but I remember someone who was in it, and I would type in the actor or actress's name, and there, boom, I see the movie I'm looking for, and I click on it. That's the most important thing because that's why IMDb or Tracked or TVDB all have actors. I can't understand why this doesn't have it, and then I'm hoping that it's something that they can add, but I don't know
Oh,
where it's pulling it from.
oh, I'm sure. I'm sure they're pretty good about that kind of stuff. That's
Yeah,
something I would bring up to them for sure in their
yeah.
Discord because those guys have been pretty accommodating for every request I've had. I'm gonna
Okay.
keep
Well,
jabbing
this
them
is
on
this
the
is a big
resume
ask.
point. Yeah, well, I mean,
It's a big ask.
I
if
did
you want
I
to
did
compete
ask.
though.
I did ask for that version 2 suggested watching. I actually had
Mhm.
emailed and I said, is there any way of opening that API, open that part of the API up to where because that suggested because you've watched these things, it has like an automated Tracked had it too.
Yeah.
But I saw that it gave me some really different things. I'm like, oh, I never watched that. But then there would be things I'm like, I did watch that. So
Uh-huh.
they were on point, and they said that was something that they're looking into is to add that ability to have that suggested
Right.
suggestion,
That's
which
yeah, that's one of the things, the hardest features I think I ever wrote in Umbrella is I have a user that is commonly wanting to use library items. They store library stuff and they want to get a recommendation based on something similar to what they've watched from their library. And
oh
so I had to write a whole algorithm there in the actual Umbrella app to figure out the genre and the actors in the movie and the type of movie and compare that and kind of score it for similarity scores and then rank those and return all the movies that had the highest similarity scores. So I've definitely been down that route. It's a tough one. Like I said, Simco has some other stuff that might be cool for that. I don't know if you've looked at their website,
Yeah.
but they
Well,
also got like they've got a couple of lists available in the API for like movies. They've got trending, and then they've got some genres. And with the genres, I can get into really a lot of the stuff that I got into with Track, which is getting you movies by year, or movies by country, or movies
mhm.
by type. Action,
Yeah.
comedy, whatever.
Yeah.
So a lot of those lists, we, if they're requested, they can be made. If we need to get a simple section made that has movies and then broken down by genres, where I'm allowing you to get lists from Simco by genre, just
Right.
let me know. That's something I'm
mhm,
willing to add and do. They do have that on their API, so that's something that could be done.
okay,
Okay. Great.
Um,
it's just not the
uh,
usual list because see this was some of the things that I noticed. The anime list, they had the here was the recommendation for TV shows. So that was why I was like, that's kind of some neat lists that because
and
I
one
watched certain things.
Yeah, and one big thing to remember about these guys is that there is a big difference in TV and movies for them. So with movies, there's not as many options, but with TV, like I'm looking at their APIs, we're talking, TV, they've got, premieres, they've got airing, and they've got best. So I could really get you some lists from that are, what's the latest stuff premiering right now? What is airing today? What is airing this week?
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. And those, that's the type of stuff that if people want, we can do. It's not a big deal. They've got the API there. I would love to see some of these lists that you're finding that are like the recommendations, that kind of thing, added in. That would be great if they could add that stuff in. I would recommend hitting them up on that stuff. I know, nobody wants to hear that, but if you go to the Discord and you hit them up and say, hey, this is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm trying to achieve, they seem to be very accommodating. The last time I talked to them, like I said, they were really pushing to try to get this new feature out where they could, stream from their website. I think they get some referral links or something for that. Of course,
I'm sure.
Yeah, and it's about money, guys. They're trying to make their money. They got to pay for a server.
Traffic.
Yeah, they got to pay for the server and all of that. I did let them know this morning that, hey, I'm probably going to push this out to the public this evening or probably tomorrow. I think they're pretty excited for that because anytime you have something like that, it's going to push some traffic their way. So
and it's gonna hopefully someone's looking at their servers when this all starts happening, because the server load will change. That it's going to be a larger hit. So hopefully,
prepared. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what other people's numbers are, and I hate to even release this or kind of give this information in, but I can tell you it's above 100,000 unique users with just Umbrella. So, and that's unique users, different IPs and things like that. And that's looking at the TMDB key. If somebody's using their own key, they're not even counting towards that. So that's just from what I can see, and I can confirm for sure it's over 100,000 unique users. So hopefully they're ready for it. I know that they were able to handle my 200,000 in one night. So
a little bit of a little smash on it. All right. So hey, let's jump over here to player pass real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we're running. Well, we ain't got. Well, there's just a handful of us to talk about this. Let me throw the intro. All right, you guys. So if you've not seen our show before, this is part of Player Pass. This was the movie that was on the wheel last week and was chosen by random for us to watch. Whose movie was this?
It was Dave's.
Dave's. Okay. All right. So this is where we're going to, whoever's on the panel, jump in with your thoughts, pros, cons, what you like, what you didn't like. And then people over in the side chat, you guys go ahead and post away of what your thoughts as we run through it. Warning, we will give out spoiler alerts. So if you've not seen the movie, hey, you've been warned. So September 5th. So what are we thinking on this?
Okay, I'll go first. Tell you why I picked this movie. Well, first of all, there's slim pickings out there as far as good movies. All right. 2, when I watched it, it wasn't so much the story about the hostages and all that. What I found the most interesting was of the behind the scenes of putting the television show together back at that point in time. Using walkie-talkies. Oh, these pictures, they need to be 3 times larger. Take it to somebody with a camera. Take the picture, develop them, blow them up 3 times larger. Oh, we need to produce this film. We need to develop this film. Then when they came up with the thing, when they were sharing the satellites with CBS, the watermark. We don't want to be our story on there. Oh, but I can put this little thing up there that has a mark. It'll say ABC, even though it's being broadcast on CBS. So it was little things like that I really enjoyed in the movie, to see what it went, putting a program together back then with all that analog technology. And then being able to intersperse the actual live clips from the event with, Jim McKay and stuff. So that's why I picked the movie. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I had the similar thing to you. The whole behind the scenes of how it, they produced this live event was interesting. It shows you how cutthroat media is. Everything they did, they wanted to be the first to do everything. and there was a lot of like moral compass stuff going on there, like with like should they break certain news, and knowing that they're the only ones streaming it live, and the families would be watching it because it's the only way they could get information, because pretty much the German police were rubbish. They were terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just I can like understand why someone would want to put something out first than be the first, even if you think like, go on, Todd.
Hey, we're guilty of that too. Because back
Yeah,
when
yeah,
Noobs and Nerds, we were
that's
wanting to be the
exactly what came to
first.
my mind. Like there was no need for it, but it was always like we need to be the first to get out this new release. If there was a new movie out or that day or whatever,
Yeah.
you had to be the first to get it out and really, there's no reason for it. If
Virtual
someone was going to
blowjobs.
watch it, yeah, if someone's going to watch it, they're going to watch it and want to get it on the one to use. So it didn't really matter who got it out first. But yeah, like media wise, I can see why they would want you, because it's like money.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's just a lot of moral stuff, like a lot of morality stuff going on in this movie. And also interesting to see like how different departments run like broadcasts. Like this was the sports department that didn't want to give it to the news, and they were doing pretty much, they knew what they were doing, but also they didn't know what they were doing in the sense that they didn't really know how to share news. They only know how to like broadcast sports and different events and things, so they were like learning as they went as well, which is interesting. Yeah.
You done?
Oh yeah. I was just gonna say I'm open up to other people now. I just didn't want it to be like the gap of silence.
Yeah. Well, surprisingly, Todd hasn't spoke yet.
I'm holding.
Yeah, I really like this, and thanks, Dave, for putting this out there, because I think I would have eventually watched it because it already was in my watch list to watch. But I really like this, and thinking of like how it was back then. Uh, you know, I remember just watching TV and recognizing, how the different networks would be like, you know, okay, well, you only had a feed from the satellite that was up there. It's not like how it is today with 8 billion satellites up there in the air, and anybody can get on one. Uh, and the slots were so important of saying, okay, well, we have this, 3 o'clock slot, and that was it. You couldn't take away from that. They're going to cut you off. No doubt about it. And then to see them uh, do with that, to be able to say, okay, well, let's superimpose this on there, or let's you know carrying the film to take the other guy and make up a badge for him so he can get in and out with the film. And that was, they had to go cut it right then and there, real quick, to be able to put it, out live. Just amazing what they had to do. But then you look at today, and of course everyone still wants to be first to put it out, but no one does any fact checking on stuff. They just wait till it's up, and eight other news agencies have it up, and they're saying, okay, yeah, this is the news. So far we've come, and I miss being able to watch real news. You understand? Because today everyone that has a phone in their pocket, they open it up, and they're everybody's a cameraman.
True.
But this was great how they did the story. But here we are, we're watching it, and they everyone's celebrating that, oh yeah, it's over, because they hear that it's over, but it wasn't. And all these people got killed. So it was great.
Well, what was interesting is that they became the news. They
Right.
became, because they said that all the hostages released. They became the news because
Mhm.
remember it came across the teletyper thing, and it came across that's the truth. So it's like they spun their own truth.
Yep.
But come to find out, it was not the truth. It was weird when we see about I was interested when I saw the part about the satellite, the bird, where
Yeah.
each network had their slot, which I, again, like you said, Alban, I thought that was interesting because I didn't know that. And again, us on the panel, well, some of us on the panel were alive at that time, but we were too young to
Yeah.
remember this.
Yeah. But I remember not wanting to watch the news, but I would watch the Olympics. The Olympics is something that I would watch. I watched that as early.
Well, not in
so
1972. You'd
no,
been 5
not
years old.
72, but right. But in the next one up, I was watching.
Well, yes,
because I remember 76 clear as a bell, and I know watched that. Yeah.
Okay, since I'm now officially the oldest since Eddie's not here.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember
Old
watching
fucker.
this on TV when it happened because I was 8.
Oh,
Okay? So I do remember watching this live.
I can tell you what I was doing in '72.
yeah, I bet
Yeah,
you can.
fuck off.
Swimming in your
Sitting
daddy's
around in
belly,
your daddy's ball sack.
I wasn't even swimming.
Was his daddy? Was your dad alive? I mean, that'd be
Yeah, he was born '55.
okay. So,
Oh, okay.
But I enjoyed the historical thing of it, and I did like how they adapted and on the fly, thinking of how they were going to do this. So I did enjoy that part, in how hard it was then to get information from point A to point B. Whereas, like you said, now everyone's got a camera on their phone and we can go live at any point. You can go live. So I did enjoy the historical aspect of it. But I mean, it was, I don't know. It was weird. I liked how they filmed it, though. They gave it that 70s feel.
Yeah.
Because when you look at the film, like, this is actually one of the better pictures here. And I actually watched it. I can't remember if it was in 4K. It was definitely 1080. But it had that grainy 70s look. I appreciated that. I thought, all right, you're staying true to that 70s feel. And the only other thing that I thought about when I was looking at these people all in the room, and I'm thinking, damn, that room smells like smoke. Because people, but when we were kids, people smoked everywhere. I mean,
yep,
was no big deal. You smoked at work, you smoked in your house, you smoked in the car, and
smoked in a plane, smoked at the hospital, smoked everywhere.
Yeah, so that was the only thing I was kind of thinking, like, damn.
I want to say, because the version that I watched had the commentation, and they were talking about, how you're saying that with the film that they use a lot of the actual footage that was all,
go ahead.
That was all that actual footage that they had, and they went back to find the same machines that they used back then. And I thought that was just amazing for them to be able to find that stuff. Even the cutting board that they used to cut film. I think that's amazing. That that the stuff was still around that they found. But I think they did a great job. And to think of also, though, the guy that's in charge of everything, the brain that you got to have to sit there and think of, oh, okay, well, yeah, I'm not thinking of, I know I want this information to be able to put out there, but to think of, oh, well, we're live, and and someone could get shot, and they don't want it, put across the air. You got to sit there and say to yourself, well, can I do that or can I do that? And now you got to talk with the guys at ABC to say, well, listen, what am I going to do with this? Are they going to? Can they even cut that out?
Oh no, because it's live.
It's live, right? And so you gotta. That's a really fine line that you got to think about. But a reporter wants to report. It's just because I remember, even during the war, how stuff was put across on the air, and it was so different, because you could end up seeing stuff that you shouldn't be seeing as a kid. Yeah, that's all I got. I guess.
All right. Let's see. Umbrella, have you watched this film?
Umbrella, you there?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay. I mean, for me, I think that documentary people or historical people, I think, are going to be people that really like this film. I thought the acting was good. Scripts were good. I believe the parts. And that's the thing about so many movies. It's like, so this does hit that part of actually, I believe the characters. How many times when I watch characters and I'm like, does that line even sound right? It's like, who approved this part of the script that doesn't even sound right? It's like I lose disbelief of that, where I'm caught in the movie and I'm caught up in it. And then all of a sudden I'm like, that don't even sound right. So then I lose that part. This, I believed it, which I guess is based on a true story. So it's easier to keep it historically true. But it was, sad. Like when you see that they didn't mind killing. I don't want to say didn't mind, but they didn't. The Germans didn't seem too upset to kill all the hostages to die. And I'm like, where's your sharpshooters? That there was only like four terrorists or something like that. Yeah. Wasn't a lot. And you mean to tell me you can't?
You got to kill everyone.
Everybody's got to die. I mean,
and that's what the woman translator was like. She's just so done with how the old Germany was still showed its face.
Yes. Yeah. And I think that was part of it. That it was the what was rooted in anger and hatred and bias and prejudice was still there. Because hey, we're not going to let them get away with and get out, and so we'll just kill all of them because they're just Jews. It's kind of like the feel it gave you,
right?
So it was interesting to see how they did stuff behind the scene, like how this watermark of how they would have two cameras, one that's filming the part that says terrorist attack at the Olympics, and then that was, think about this, Peter Jennings. I thought that was neat. Peter Jennings was in that other building watching on the phone. And Peter saying, when they said, well, we'll use the word terrorist, and he says, whoa, don't you be careful of that word. Because that's a charged word. And now that word's used, willy-nilly, about a terrorist.
A lot of words that are used today that, we have a problem with putting in quotes, because we grew up listening to it,
All right. Did anybody over in the side chat have?
No, Leon. Leon said if it wasn't picked on the wheel, we would have never watched this good film. This event was very upsetting at the time. So,
how many times have you heard that? Like, how many times have you heard if it wasn't on the wheel, like if it wasn't picked, we wouldn't watch it.
Right?
Because I would have passed on it.
Oh my God! I mean, looking around for movies, I mean, I just
Mm-hmm.
watched a movie from Thailand, because me, I like to find out the little obscure foreign films
Yeah.
now and then that nobody watches. And I've watched a lot of shit. A lot of shit.
Hmm.
More than Auburn?
He watches stuff all the time, Dave.
Yeah, I know
really,
this. Auburn's
know.
on my Plex list, and when I see some of the stuff he watches,
Yeah.
80%
Yeah,
I would
but
say no.
I go for the stuff. I look at the stuff that nobody else is normally watching.
Right.
So I go for the obscure. I mean, the only reason the Gorge is on there because I liked it and I can't find anything better right now to put on it. I mean, I could have put the Brutalist on it and tortured everybody for 3 hours and 45 minutes, but
Ooh.
I don't want to sit through it again for another 3
Yeah.
hours and 45 minutes.
But how was it? It sucked that bad?
No, it didn't
No?
suck. I'd be shocked if Adrian Brody doesn't win an Oscar for Best Actor in that movie.
Right.
But there is so much shit. I mean, I could edit the hell out of it and get it down to an hour 45.
Uh-huh.
Easily take 2 hours out of it.
Right. Okay.
All right. Hey, let's throw our votes. Let's go ahead and get the voting part, and then we can open up the floor for any of things that people are watching. Let me back up. At this part of the show, guys, we're gonna do play or pass, meaning play, you would recommend this movie to other people. Pass is that it's a pile of dog shit and you hope that nobody ever shows you it again. So we're gonna start. Let me see here. I know Umbrella says he has not watched this. So Andrew, play or pass for September 5th?
Yeah, it's a play for me.
All right. Like it. Beach, what do you think? Play or pass?
It's a play.
Awesome. Aubyn, play or pass on September 5th?
For me.
Play for you. And I give it a play. It's a documentary. I think that there is people that would really enjoy it. So yeah, I give it a play. Aubyn, what are we having over in when you go to our Telegram room? What's it say? What's our vote count over
The
there?
play, it's 13 plays, 1 pass.
Okay, well then
Did Nutty like it?
people spoke.
I don't know if she watched it, Andrew. She's been under the weather like everyone else it seems to be right now in the world.
I just would have guessed that maybe she would be the pass.
Who?
No.
No.
He had before we cut off, he asked did Nucky
Yeah.
watch it, and I said she's been under weather like
Yeah.
everybody else seems to be right now.
Yeah.
Usually when there's one pass, it's Nook.
Yeah. I don't know how everyone is still getting so sick. I haven't gone anywhere, and everyone's been sick online, and we'll be catching
This way, Aubyn, it's because you and I don't go out anywhere. We sit in front of our computers
right
23 hours a day.
Yeah.
The rest of the people actually go out and see human beings.
Actually, human contact.
Yeah.
I ain't saying nothing because I'm not jinxing myself. So, hey, we'll open up the floor for any movies and TV shows that you guys have watched that you would want to suggest to folks. We open up the floor to some, maybe find some hidden gems, some shows or movies that people may want to tune in on. So, I'll jump in first because I just want to say we've been watching Paradise. We watched Paradise last weekend.
Yeah. No. Oh, wait.
Monday.
You watched the whole thing?
No.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Okay. No, you watched it with us.
So
Okay.
watched it with you guys on Monday. And I will say I did watch the second episode with Blue.
Oh, come on.
Well, I couldn't help it. You know how it
You
is.
guys.
I'm stopping. I'm going to hold back now. But definitely, I'm enjoying it. It is a little bit weird if you like a little bit of that mystery whodunit-ish with some sci-fi feel to it. Other than trying to figure out present time and years back is the only time I was struggling with the back and forth. But that is a show that I would recommend for people to check out.
Yep, not
When did
bad.
I start? I started something else, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, currently it's up to season 6. I mean, episode 6 is the latest episode. So go back 5 weeks.
Okay. You know what I started again? It was Reacher. Reacher is back.
Yeah.
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 I haven't started the new season.
Has Blue watched it yet or not?
No, she's waiting for
No.
me.
Oh,
She's
okay.
waiting
No,
for
'cause I watched the first episode. I figured she'd watch that because I know that's her.
Oh yeah, she
her
loves
boy,
this guy.
boy crush
She
there,
loves
you
this
know?
guy. Well,
Oh yeah.
well, the reason why she really likes this show, and I mean, she's not really big into big guys. I mean, can you tell? But
That's what she tells you.
that is probably true. No, the one of the reasons that she really enjoyed the show is the writing and
It's
delivery is very good.
Yeah, it is.
And she had read the books.
Oh,
So
okay.
she said that this was the closest to the books, the Reacher in the books.
Yeah.
Because she says, when they did, Tom Cruise did it. She was like, oh my God, that was a fucking joke. I mean, he's like 5'6", 150 pounds. He's not Reacher.
Right.
And because she said in the book, he was a humongous dude. I mean, and so she's like, this played in exactly as the book.
Yeah.
So this is something that this actually made it to my Plex library. This not this season, the previous 2 seasons, because I go back and watch. We have watched it a couple times, and it's fun. And
yeah, it is. Because you gotta like him, you know what I mean? Because it's like all this money is there, and he's not in it for the money.
No,
Well, also starting up new last Sunday was the new White Lotus started.
Yeah. And then
I don't know.
Well, I hear it's in Thailand, right?
Yeah, it is.
That was. There it is. I was like, I saw it a minute ago.
But I don't.
Wow.
I just,
Give it more than an episode. I mean,
it's just not.
Dave's,
wow.
I don't know if I'll like I said, I'll give the second episode a chance. If it doesn't get me by then, or I'll just say screw it.
Oh, come on. You got to keep watching.
No, I mean the first one was okay. I thought the second one was better than the first.
Yeah.
And this one is just.
Is there any actor or actress in it that's someone you like or anything? Anybody good in it?
I mean, I like Walter Coggins. I like a lot of the stuff he does, but it's just the girl that plays his girlfriend drives me batshit crazy.
Okay.
I'm
that
not a fan with it.
Okay.
Let's see. Is the Umbrella still with us?
He's
on mute.
Yeah, he's back.
I'm just wondering. Hey, so Umbrella, and I know you tinker around with a lot. Do you get a chance to actually watch content? Because I know when I was working on add-ons, a lot of times we didn't watch jack shit.
Wow.
We were always just tinkering.
Yeah, I mean, I do. I get a chance, but I'm also a dad, so I'll give, like you give the pass or play, I give it like a dad rating. So like, did I stay awake during this movie or not?
Yeah.
You can't count that because I fall asleep at about 8 o'clock. I don't care if it's a good movie or bad movie. I start falling asleep. Like,
I
get
bet. I mean, like
stop.
yeah. I mean, like we tried to watch The Gorge the other night, and I fell asleep in that one. So gonna give it another shot. But we watched. What's the one about the robot that's popular right now? Companion.
Oh,
Yeah. No,
Yeah, we
that's the
watched
movie.
the movie. Yeah,
Yeah, the
movie
movie
Companion. We
companion.
watched.
Yeah, that was on the
Yeah,
wheel. I put that on the wheel for.
yeah, we watched that last night. It was kind of interesting.
okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's yeah, we get to watch some stuff. But no, I spend the majority of my time being a full-on nerd, and, writing code and changing add-ons for no reason really.
Yeah.
Uh, it's like I want to push this update out right now for the Simcoe stuff, but I keep finding little things to change
Yeah.
with the artwork.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh man, I don't miss those days. I really, 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 really don't. I'm telling you.
So
I remember mid would post code, and Andrew, you remember, and we would get update after update. We would be doing testing, and Andrew loved testing. I would get frustrated with testing, but Andrew, he was a beast on it. And then as soon as we pushed an update, oh, guess what we just found? We found a bug.
oh yeah,
man, I push
yeah,
another update.
oh yeah, that's you see, there's a guy that comments all the time that tests for me, and I give him such a hard time. He does a good job. He helps me out a lot, and I give him such hell because every time I push an update, it's like, oh, look at this bug. Oh yeah, didn't catch that one, did you? You know.
Mhm.
I know, but I always tell him it's like it's clearly something you didn't care about. So but
Yeah.
I get to find myself in these rabbit holes where like right now I'm doing this artwork customization and it's pretty much done. But now I got to do it for like season level and episode level. Well, you start, trying to use primary keys on tables to try to, pull information back. Well, I'm using IMDB keys. Well, how the hell you do that on a season? Because they're gonna have multiple seasons that all have the same IMDB ID.
True.
So now I'm finding myself in this rabbit hole of having to mess with that and create unique IDs and based off the season number with the IMDB added to it. In order to have a unique key I can find in the table to reference that, whether or not you've got artwork for season 1, season 2, season 3, whatever. So, like I said, something simple like, hey, I want to be able to change my artwork sends me down this 2-day rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But it's a good feeling when you get it to work.
Oh, it's a blast. It's a blast. I mean, and I love this stuff. And so for me, this is a request I told somebody 2 years ago. I'll never do it. Never going to happen. Stupidest thing I've ever heard. Why would you want to change art individually on each item? You're an idiot. And here I am 2 weeks later or 2 years later doing it for him. So, it is what it is.
Well, I mean,
see the value.
Tracked offers that. I mean, but again, for me, I with our track library. So when I have a collection, yes, I see a purpose that, hey, I want a consistent look, but for me, a Kodi add-on, would I want that? I don't know if I would want that on it. I mean, because I'm not using it as a library because I'm not going back and looking at that artwork for that particular film because usually I'm looking at trending, what's trending or what.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I mean,
to me, it's like,
I used Estuary for like 10 years. So when you talk about these widgets and this and that, I don't care at all. I'm with you 100%. And so yeah, I agree. But I do the particular request. I've had this request actually 3 times. Okay, and so I am very straightforward, logical. Like no, yes. The first time it came through, it was because hey, I just want to be able to customize art. I want to get rid of TMDB helper. It's the only function I use from TMDB helper. I would rather just be able to do it straight through the add-on and not have to use another add-on for just this one thing.
right.
I said, hell no, I'm not doing all of that work for that. Use the tools you already have. The second time I got it was the guy said he had an eye phobia, and he was tired of posters and artwork popping up showing eyeballs on his screen on his TV, and so he was freaking out, and which is very particular and made me laugh really hard because that's a hell of a phobia. Sorry,
That
Steve
is
Luck.
a phobia. I'm thinking I've never heard of that phobia, but okay.
I'm thinking avoid Final Destination because but and then the third time I got it was actually one that made a lot of sense, and it was hey, I've got kids and some of these posters and stuff that are coming up are pretty explicit, and I don't want my guests and my children to see these things just popping up on my TV when I load it up because somebody decided that, you know, the fan art is the top rated one is somebody half dressed or something like that. So I get it. I understand that. I once had a small child too, so I can relate.
Mhm.
My kid's a teenager now, so we laugh about it, but yeah, I get it, you know, so I did it, but like I said, I don't always agree with these features. I don't always agree that it's necessary. A lot of time it's unnecessary code. I've had that conversation many times with people, is that you're slowing the add-on down by adding all these different things.
Yep.
So
More
sometimes it's just,
chances of shit breaking.
yeah. And you know, and it's like you know, went through this SIMCO testing, and some of the guys that probably on this broadcast right now are testing for me have hit me with other things like, hey, I'm trying to use this context menu, or hey, I'm trying to sort or whatever. This
Yeah.
shit's not working. Can you fix this while you're at it? And you know, my attitude of it is, well, yeah, can you test the, you know, the shit you're supposed to be testing? But yeah, I'll go ahead and get that fixed too. Yeah. Like I don't mind at all. And like I'm so relaxed. And like I said, I like coming on and talking to you guys because
Yeah.
the tone doesn't come across in text. People kind of think I'm a
Yeah.
dick sometimes. Then I realize that I'm just extremely sarcastic and don't give a shit. I'm kind of laughing most of the time. I don't mind looking at the shit. It's fine, you know, no big deal. But don't, you know, if I'm asking you to test the SIMCO stuff, in all honesty, I probably had 15 people volunteer through Reddit and Discord and all this. I've got feedback from like 4 that was decent.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, that's how the game goes. But I love it. It's a fun thing. You know, I'll keep going. There's some more stuff coming down the road with Easy to Bridge, and gonna add some MDB list stuff in as well. So there's definitely more fun stuff coming.
Right.
Well, I know that with it is when you're going to find out all the things that are wrong as soon as you push the update, because once it gets, that's when you really find out, because that's when you have the mixture of people's setups, because sometimes a bug doesn't show up unless someone's running a certain add-on, you know, another something else in there, or another script is running. Then that's when things all of a sudden, oh, you know, the testing didn't catch up because those people weren't running any of that.
You know what the biggest issue is? The skins. The skins.
Yeah.
That shit drives me batshit crazy. The skins cause all kinds of problems and issues. I'm literally dealing with one right now, the Arctic Fuse 2 from Dural or whatever.
Yep.
I built a new view, and I guess something's conflicting with something he's got in his view, and it looks like complete shit on that skin, but looks perfect on every other skin. So I've got to, you know, spend my time digging through that, you know, see. But I don't mind. It's cool. We'll figure it out and see why, and make sure it looks good before it hits the public. That's, you know, one of those things. I am at the point now where I don't care too much about this season artwork and this episode artwork. I think I'm going to go ahead and push the update with just the TV show artwork and the movie artwork done for now, with all the simple stuff, just to get it out there for everybody so they can have it, because I am so tired of the win simple messages, because I'm getting those a lot.
People always want it now. Give it to me now.
They're going to be so disappointed too. That's the other side of it. It sucks. And I wish it was different, but it's not tracked. It's never going to be tracked. It's different. And once you understand that, it'll be all right. But tracked is a great product, and a lot of people are going to figure out why they pay for tracked when this switch happens, you know?
Well, I've been paying for track for years, because I value what it is to the community. I value the service, and even for people that don't pay for it or never use tracked, most people don't understand that tracked is important in the ecosystem, and how many add-ons need it to pull information or pull lists or pull trending or pull whatever. And so to me, I support it because not only if I need an extra list, because to be honest, I don't use none of my custom lists. Just don't. I have probably 12 or 15. Do I use them? No. I created them years ago, and that was when I was doing an add-on, so I don't even care anymore about that. So, but it's necessary. It's needed in our community. So to me, I want to support it so that they can pay for the bandwidth, so that the servers keep running, because I need it for the add-ons. I need it for everyone needs them for a lot of stuff. So, you know, to me, I'll still pay for them. I'll still pay for tracked, be it if I pay for SIMCO 2, that's to be determined. But tracked does so much, and I have it integrated to all of my devices. I mean, AUBYN, you use it all the time for sonar radar.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
you
use
have
it
it where it's
all the
pulling
time.
lists for that stuff,
Yeah.
and it goes from your track,
Yeah,
goes
but-
right into.
Right into my Plex.
Yeah.
I can tell you the resume points are the biggest thing for me with Tract. I use the hell out of those. I'm a multi-device user. I have a several different devices, and so
Yeah.
to be able to pause in my office or stop in my office and go upstairs and watch in the living room or whatever is great, and that's a feature I really value and use. As for being a paying customer, I was for several years, but when they decided to change the price, even though that didn't affect me, it rubbed me wrong.
Yeah.
And
Me too.
I'm a principal person, so
Mhm.
I'm in this particular add-on situation because Netflix wanted to start charging more, and so I was like, all right, this is 10, 15 years ago, whenever Netflix was first changed from like $9.99 up. It's
Mhm.
how I got to Kodi. I was like, fuck you guys, out of
Yeah,
here,
that's
and
what I said too.
and so when Track changes, and I hate to say that because you nailed it. We depend on Track for a lot of information in the add-ons. I have made it where we could go without Track, but that would suck. You wouldn't get a lot of the trending and that kind of thing. But I don't. I need to see a better direction. If you, in the end, Tracked is a service for tracking what you've watched and list and different things like that. And aside from that, they're not providing much more. Where I can have real to brid, easy to brid, premium miles, all these other things that cost a fraction of what Track's trying to charge a year, and have so much more. I'm talking about this is the provider of my content versus being able to track something, and it just doesn't compare. And so for me, I hate to see them go down this route. I wish they would have made VIP a little cheaper. And if they
Yeah.
would have, they probably would be looking a lot better. I don't have anything against them. I appreciate their API. I appreciate everything they've offered. Gave them money for some years, but at this point, I'd say my support ended with the unexpected raise of prices.
Mhm.
Well,
But-
and to me, we said it when they first went up. I always think of it's easier to get $1 off 1,000 people than to get $1,000 from one person. And I just feel like a lot of these companies go so high with the price. It's like, how many people did you lose if you kept it lower? You would have more people who'd be willing to pay that 25, $30. Well, now if you go $60, that's a big punch. And I mean, to me, I do agree with you. If I was having to pay the $60, now I'm grandfathered in, like you were saying.
Yeah, me
Would
too.
I pay 60?
No,
Probably
I
not,
wouldn't.
because for me, what am I using it for? Track my, to be able to, like you said, from one resume point to another, plus next episodes. I can get that with the free part. I don't need the paid version for that.
Right.
Right. Yeah, that's a big part of it. And now, very soon, you're going to be able to get that with Simco as well for free.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
when I can get them to do the resume points, they're an even match for Track, and that's where I did look at the roll your own tracker, the self-hosting option for tracking stuff. It sucks. Like, that's just out of the picture. I'm not. Why would I? If the person who makes that is listening or whatever else, or it happened, I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. That shit sucks.
Roll your own.
Yeah, they call it RYOT. It's roll your own tracker. It's a self-hosted tracker, like almost like your own track you keep at your house, where you can keep track of your
So it'd be
media.
like on your computer.
Yeah,
Okay.
self-hosted. And I looked into it because somebody asked, hey, could you, possibly integrate that? Sure, absolutely looked into it. It's shit. It wouldn't be worth integrating. On top of that, you get into it. Guess what? To get into the features that are worth the shit, they want money. So now it becomes a paid thing as well. And it's like, I hate to see it. Somebody could make some good amount of money right now if they would roll out a cheap service for just with some resume points and tracking what you've watched, and call it, 10, $15 a year or something, and they could make some money.
Yeah, and we wouldn't need all the extra lists and the because I think that some people use the list, and sure as shit, people are going to hit post in the comments. Oh, I use lists all the time. But I think the percentage of people that have customized lists is probably in that single digit of all of users.
Nobody wants to hear this, but the people using a list like that are the fucking problem.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's be honest. Like,
yeah,
if you're
'cause
using lists like that where you're hundreds and hundreds of items on the track, that's what's weighing on their server so heavy that they're wanting to charge a whole bunch for. And
Well,
don't
if
mean
they-
offensively,
Okay.
but
So me putting in in my tract that I have the movie digitally, and I also have the DVD, and I put that in my tract. Is that weighing them down?
No, it's the people creating a list of, 10, 15,000 movies and wanting to share that to
Okay.
everybody. And I've got a fucking add-on that paginates every 20 items. So you're really going to go 20 items at a time through this
Right.
add-on for 10,000 items? Why are you pulling a
Okay.
10,000 item list from their server like that? It's
Right.
retarded.
Right.
It's,
Okay.
if you hear me, get upset about it, it's because they are the problem. These are the
Right.
people that are causing
Okay.
Track to charge $60 a year, 10,
Right.
15,000 items on a list. I don't care if you're a
Okay.
VIP user. That's not really accommodating for the amount of
Right.
bandwidth you're using.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
Okay.
I mean, it's the list of the problem. That's why Simcoe has said that they're probably very likely not going to do the list. Say
Okay.
it's too hard on their computers.
Okay.
Yeah, you're offering the custom lists and through add-ons.
Yep. Yeah. I see that over in the comments. He said, "I just want to continue watching everything I watch on any device on the app." What is that? What Tract is for? Yes, that's what we're
Yeah.
talking about. We're talking about resuming from one device to another using resume points off the internet.
Yeah, and it does a great job. I mean, and the other part is if you say you get a new device, or I decide to factory reset my Shield, guess what? I put my stuff back in there, put my code in, and everything is right back to the way it was. The way it was before I did a reset. So
yeah, absolutely. Your history, all that. It's great. It's a great service.
Yeah.
I mean, and you can get that stuff for free. That's the other side. A lot of people are forgetting. This hate for Tract is coming up that, oh, it's expensive. Well, a lot of this stuff's for free. So
yeah,
but
the things that you're using.
Right. The things that people commonly use in add-ons are free in the first place. And I think we're going to find when this Simcoe integration drops that a lot of people have too high of expectations and are probably not realizing everything they're using in Tract and how good Tract is as a service. But, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm neither one way or the other. I don't make any money from any of them. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, AUBYN, what's going on this weekend? Because we're at 7 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah, we're at 7. But real quick, because Leon had said it about The Pit is a great show.
Yeah,
I've been watching it also, and he also put in for 0 Day,
I haven't
which
watched
just
either
came
one
out
of those.
yesterday. 0 Day is the one with De Niro.
No, De Niro.
De
Damn it.
Niro. And
Yeah.
I can't wait to start that one. I didn't know whether I was going to find if anyone else wanted to watch it, and we'll watch it together. So I can discuss it, but I won't ask you guys because you guys are just going to blow right through it anyhow.
Damn right. There are only 6 episodes.
Yeah, so you can't wait 6 episodes, you guys. Jeez.
I'm not going to wait every week to watch 6 episodes. I'll watch it.
You did for the other movie, the show that we watched. What was that?
What one? American Primeval?
No, the other one.
Landman.
No, not Landman. One last year. The one with what's her name?
The Regime.
The Regime.
Yeah, because we watched that live when it aired.
Oh, that's
true.
Yeah.
It only aired 1 episode a week. I mean,
yeah.
0 Day, all the episodes are out.
Okay, it's out there. Yeah. Okay.
Dave's got nothing but time.
I know. Go find something else to watch.
All right. You two argue later.
Yeah, another time on that. Okay. As for what's going on, we have. I'm just trying to scroll down to it. Which one is this? Night of Knockouts 33. It's pro boxing tonight at 7 p.m. So it's now. That one's in Detroit. There is XFN 399, Parados Coast River in Oklahoma. That one is at 8 p.m. tonight. Redneck Brawl.
Tomorrow, 8 o'clock.
Tomorrow.
Tennessee.
8 o'clock, Tennessee, Knoxville.
Oh, it's gonna be some right mothers.
Oh yeah.
In the comments.
Oh my God.
You cannot beat the commentators
Right.
and the comments that these guys make during the fights. It's close to Redneck Brawl, but even almost a little raw.
Yeah.
It's and these are just some good old boys.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
it's entertaining. It's entertaining.
It is. And lastly, we have UFC Fight Night tomorrow. Cejudo versus Song Ladong, I think it is. And yeah, it's the main card is at 9 p.m. Eastern, and the prelims are at 6 p.m. Eastern. They're fighting out of Seattle, Washington. So we got that to watch.
Got that. All right, so that we'll be watching some of that on big screen tomorrow, correct?
Yes. Yes.
So again, we tell
And
you guys all the
tonight.
time, if you hang out with some people watching some fights or sports, it is fun to watch with different people and cracking jokes. And if you're happy to have a smoke or a drink while you're doing it, guess what? You ain't got to worry about a DUI.
Nope.
So that's all we got. I want to thank everybody for joining the panel. I'll throw the outro, and then we'll just BS offline. Thanks for everyone joining. Umbrella, thanks for jumping in on the show, and thank you for your continued doing development and improvements on the add-on when it is a pain in the ass at times.
Hey, no problem. Glad to talk to you guys. You have a good one.
All right. Andrew, thanks for coming on here. Longtime friend. Thank you, bud. Beach,
Thank you.
thank you for being here. Aubyn, thank you for being here and making everything come together. And
Subscribe.
subscribe, share.
Share the video. Share the video on your Telegram groups.
Yeah. No, just sit there and let it play the whole time. Just put it on
Yeah.
your phone. Just let
play.
your phone loop over and over all the shows.
Somebody needs to invent some sort of code that'll make everybody mass subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Hey, we're out of here. Talk to y'all
All right.
later.
Curtains falling on the screen. Hope you laughed and learned a bit. Have some fun and skip routine. Time to close this crazy shit. Thanks for tuning in, my friends. But it's time to say goodbye. Through the streams and download set. But now it's time for us to fly. Information, picked up tips and tricks to enjoy. But now we leave this online station. It's time to pack up every toy. Thanks for tuning in, my friends. But it's time for us to fly. Through the streams and download set, you can kiss my ass goodbye.